Did it?
You and Tom both did the same thing last week.
Okay. Well, so much for
Don't
the
feel
beginning.
bad.
So much
Don't
for the
feel
beginning.
bad.
I didn't even play the beginning. That's okay. We've been talking for like what, 5 minutes? And
Yes.
okay.
Conor McGregor ruined Roadhouse if it
Conor
was
McGregor
meant to
with
be a serious movie.
yeah. I
Because
didn't
I
even.
honestly,
Oh, go ahead.
the storyline, I think it was great. Like the MMA, his MMA history, he accidentally killed someone. That would have been a perfect subplot for behind the movie.
Yeah.
Like, and it was
Tommy just said, "Don't forget to hit the go live button," like I did. I did, Tommy. I fucking did. I played the whole intro. I did a whole intro, and it was all for nothing. But
we went a good 20 minutes
I
on
know.
Sunday.
So I did hear the beginning, and I was laughing because I'm like, I get it. And that's the thing. I'm all out of sorts, so I'm like, I didn't push the go live. So you didn't get an intro, and you didn't hear the intro I actually gave. So Technically UnSound podcast is postponed for just a little bit while Tommy, has whatever his stuff is going on at home. His scheduling conflicts are going to get resolved. We're going to jump on Technically UnSound podcast over at that YouTube channel in a little bit. But until then, we're going to fuck around here. We might not talk about a ton of MMA, but we're going to just hang out and have a good time. This is DJ Magyx. He's never been on the podcast before because he's not big into MMA, and he's like, until I get into it.
Before?
Not yeah, on the watch parties. Watch parties. Yeah. My bad.
Look, we don't have to lie. Tom is learning how to French braid hair right now.
He's doing nails.
It's literally it's his third child, and he's just now learning how to do basic child hairdos.
He's getting in touch with his Asian side. What color you like?
Pigtails. He's learning how to accept what having a tea party means, and that there is no tea. You just gotta accept it.
No, yeah. So we were just talking about Roadhouse a little bit, just because we were talking about how overly played Conor McGregor's character was, because Magic started watching it again, not on purpose, it just started playing or something, I'd assume.
Yeah, I was knee deep in some challenges on Call of Duty, and I just needed something. I think we talked about doing a podcast and offshoots. I think I'm going to create one called Emotional TV Support, because that's what it was. It was bad. Literally, I needed something, and I needed something playing in the background. Otherwise, you just hear the music from the game, and that gets annoying. And I mute all the players because I don't want to hear kids.
Right.
All
these kids talking shit.
The Amazon window was on there, and I was just like, why is this? And as I'm watching my TV playing here, I'm getting this glimpse over here of movement.
Right.
And it's the preview window for the Amazon home screen. So I just said, fuck it, and hit the space bar, and it started playing. I was like, oh, I even chuckled. I was like, oh, it's probably going to play Roadhouse. Ha, ha, ha. And then like 30 minutes later, oh shit, it's playing Roadhouse again. And it wasn't until the Conor McGregor scene came on, and he's in that goddamn purple suit, and he's just
my biggest problem was, when they showed on the UFC, they showed scenes that they were shooting and stuff that during one of the events that it actually happened. And I was like, damn, this actually looks legit. Like, I thought there was going to be real scenes from inside the cage. They were going to show a whole fight sequence. No, it was cut up into a total of 2 minutes tops throughout the whole fucking movie. I'm all, thanks for the 15 seconds. You guys spent that much money and put that many people in the crowd and took up that much extra time on a live show just to put like 2 minutes of cut up scenes throughout the fucking movie. It's crazy.
You have to. Everyone does that. That's Rocky did that.
Yeah.
The Balboa movie,
right?
And that was at a real live Vegas boxing match, and they were like, "Yo, in between these matches, we're gonna be doing these scenes.
Yeah,
we need you here. We need your applause, because you can't, like, what is that other MMA movie? Never Back Down, or No Retreat, No Surrender. You can't. You can fake that. You can put that in a warehouse,
right?
That's like throwing a party. I mean, I've DJ'd warehouse rave parties and whatnot. You can fake that. Oh, it's an underground party. Oh, it's in a warehouse. It's it's in an old gymnasium. But you can't fake a Vegas arena like at an MMA fight. You could, but it's gonna look real shitty with CGI. So
Right.
the best way to do it is film on live on location during one of those events and hope no one leaks it like they did with no is it Never Back Down or No Retreat? No Surrender.
It was Never Back Down. Because
Yeah,
it
where
was that
they
scene where that guy's doing all the like capoeira and shit, and he's doing flips and
yeah,
shit, and
yeah.
then he jumps in, and homeboy just cracks him, and it's out, and it's over. So it was all that show for fucking nothing.
Yep.
That's what. And
Yeah,
then
that got leaked.
people start putting that shit out there on social media, saying, "Oh, look at this Marine one punch knockout in a Fight Club scenario," and it's like, no, that's a scene from a fucking movie, you idiot.
Right.
Like, how do you
But
not know this?
how do
And-
you
but it was
how do
a
you
very
allow that to happen
it's a
though?
very far like distant shot. It's not that distant in the movie, like it's actually up close, but it's almost like somebody from one of the extras took a video. It's
Oh,
like an
there's like 10
early
of them.
2000 video of it too. It looks like shit.
Yeah,
That's
it
why
does
people
look like
believed it.
shit, but
Yeah,
I've seen there's at least 10 different angles and they're all from extras.
right.
But it's like, okay, it's been so long now. That movie came out at least 10 years ago and people are still like, "Oh, it's real. That's a real underground fight." No, motherfucker, that's streaming on Tubi right now.
Yep.
You know, it's free. You can go watch it. And people still fall for it. It's like those me and Tom talk about it, but it started really, really portraying when people started doing these deep cuts, deep fakes.
Mm,
And there's a couple of YouTube channels that do these deep fakes of Iron Man 4,
yeah.
Top Gun 3.
Oh,
And
like
like,
trailers. Like
yeah, and I'm
when
like,
you guys thought I got duped, and I was really just sending it to you because I thought it was funny.
I'm like, that shit looks real like that's a real good trailer could have like that dude did some good editing.
Right.
But the simple fact is, you have people that fall for those tricks and it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But they're entertaining. I mean, shit. How would you feel if they had another? Actually, they do have another Never Back Down.
I heard it was horrible. I didn't watch it because I didn't want to ruin the first one for me. The first one, it's not like it was the greatest movie ever, but it's entertaining. It's one of the, like you said, emotional support movies. I put it on in the background. There's fucking fighting. Listen, I watched another movie on the plane. I downloaded movies from Netflix to watch on the plane when I went to Vegas, and one of the movies I watched was Warrior. That's another emotional support movie that for me, because it's about fighting. It's about the two brothers with Tom Hardy. Yeah. So it's about fighting.
I was like, that's an Asian series, isn't it?
Oh,
But
yeah.
Warriors.
It is. No. Oh, the series is Warriors?
I think so.
Okay. I know there's a show called Warrior, but there's also the movie called Warrior. So
Yeah, I had to think about that. I do remember the Warriors one with Tom Hardy and I forgot who the other one was. Because they brought up how much of a drastic body transformation some of the actors had to go through.
yeah.
Kind of like how Christian Bale had to go through that body
the-
transformation for his movie.
Yeah. The machinist or the mechanic. What
yeah.
the fuck was it? Machinist? I don't know.
I don't know. It was a boxing movie, wasn't it?
No, there was one where he did that drastic shit where he looked like a complete crackhead, super skinny. He lost like almost 100 pounds to look that like frail. Yeah, that movie. I don't remember. I don't think that was the fighter one. But he like got ripped up and shit for a fighter movie.
I've always wondered how come they don't publish those drastic. Because 50 Cent did it as well. Like 50 Cent looked like he was dead.
Well, that's because they're probably a step from being dead. It's probably not very healthy. It's just it's just like all these fighters with weight cuts. It's water loading, and then you're just the weight cut is just water. It's just water, losing water for a set amount of time, and then so you're damn near on your deathbed. And then next thing you know, you load back up and you get hydrated, and then you look like a fighter, like you should, instead of looking like, malnourished.
Yeah, I've always wondered that. Like, I'm a big dude, and I've always eaten like one meal a day, but I drink a lot of fluids. I probably drink at least 2 gallons of fluid a day.
Yeah, I drink.
Which probably isn't healthy, and it's probably due to diabetes. But I've always like, if all I'm doing is drinking all this food or drinking all this liquid, and I'm pissing out all this, where's all the food going? Like,
right. It's
mean,
sticking to you. The water's going
yeah.
through you. The rest is sticking.
So I'm like, man, I need to look up some of these drastic cuts, like, because when I was in the hospital for that month, I was in the hospital. I lost 100 pounds, well into 100 pounds. Like everybody was like, you don't look right. Like people literally were like, are you okay? Do we need to call people? I was like, I just got out of the
We
hospital.
need to call people.
They said I was okay now.
Which is
Like,
weird because you're
you don't look
sitting
right.
there doing nothing on a bed. You can't really do much. If they let you get up, it's not for long, depending on what the hell's wrong with you. And if you can get up, so you're sitting there in a bed doing nothing. It's like, it's got to just be from not eating right, you know, just not eating like you normally would. That's what made you lose all the weight, but it's not healthy.
Well, it turns out that one of the things that valley fever likes to eat
Oh,
is
it's
a bit
fat.
of fat and
Yeah.
cartilage.
That's yeah, so it sucks because
So I'm like,
you're losing what you've
eh,
been trying to lose. Like that'd be me. I'm like, cool, I've been trying to lose this kind of weight for a long time. And
right,
next to it, you're like, oh, my knee hurts real bad. My shoulder does not
right.
feel right.
That's what it was.
I bumped my elbow and it feels like it's gonna fall off.
And that's pretty much what it was. Like you said, I couldn't move around because I had no cartilage. I went in there with a dislocated shoulder and a dislocated knee that I didn't realize were both dislocated. And then with the whole not being able to move and it eating the cartilage and fat, when I did try and walk, it was very excruciating and painful. So they were telling me, because they had me on the locator things,
Mm,
the
yeah.
so they one can locate you in the hospital. I found that out because you shouldn't try and sneak out of the hospital to go smoke. Um,
Well, you have belly fever.
they didn't know it at the time. I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna try the cigarette. It's been a week or two. Um, and it was at the height of COVID. So they were like, yeah, it tracks your blood. So if I get a heart racing heart rate, they could see that. They can locate me in the hospital and all that. So when every time I would try and get up to go to the bathroom, ironically, I was like, "Am I picking the best time?" I literally asked her, I'm like, "How the fuck do you know when I'm getting ready to go piss?" Because I was getting up to go piss. And they're like, "Oh," I was like, "Every time you guys walk in here, but when I don't want you to come in here, you do come in here."
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, because your heart rate and your blood pressure are spiking when you get out of bed and you're trying to walk, and it triggers and it sends a signal to the nurse's
They're
station."
like, something's happening. Well,
Pretty
and
much.
and the crazy shit is a lot of, I get it. A lot of these fighters are obviously in great shape, but even the heavyweight fighters that don't really look like fighters because they're just heavyweights, but they're still doing all the training and shit. And these motherfuckers fight with these kinds of problems. Like one guy that's fighting on 300 has Lyme disease and it had it for a long time. And he finally got a hold of it not too long ago. His name's Jim Miller. He's actually fought in UFC 100, 200, and now he's fighting on 300. But this dude had Lyme disease and still training and fighting like normal. But he said he didn't feel right. He felt like he had to step off, all this other shit. And it's like, yeah, dude, because you have Lyme disease. Like, goddamn.
I'm wondering how much glucosamine chondroitin Mike Tyson has taken
What?
to alleviate that, because that's what I take for people who have arthritis and
Oh,
cartilage, deficient cartilage. It's to help. It doesn't help rebuild it, but it helps the inflammation and ease the pain of it.
yeah.
And I'm watching, man. So I was there when Mike Tyson, not there physically there, but I grew up in the era when Mike Tyson came out.
Right.
I remember people were buying the
Getting mad
$60 fights and they were
for
ending in 30
5 minutes.
seconds.
Yeah.
And like literally, I remember people were pissed. Like in the Sierra Vista, you could hear all the bars because there was a little section where there was like bars like across the street from everywhere and Pizza Huts. And when that fight went off, and even at the fire station, like it was kind of quiet outside. But when that fight was over in less than a minute, man, people were like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is that bullshit." And back then, they didn't have the setup like MMA has, where you got like 5, 6 pre-matches,
Oh,
and then you
yeah.
got the main event, and they got 5 or 6 more after matches. You had maybe 1 or 2 openers, the main event, and it was over.
So you're getting like not even an hour's worth for your
Not even
$60.
an hour's worth. And I remember they were mad. And TikTok has been, and Instagram's been showing me a lot of Mike Tyson's
Yeah.
old fights, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm just watching how he's punching, and I'm mentally seeing the videos now because he's put out. There's a couple of videos of him hitting the bag at his current day and age, but I'm like, man, all that movement, bouncing on the heels. He doesn't move a whole. Tyson never moved around a whole lot.
It was more upper
Not like
body movement.
it was upper body and
Tight
then
upper body
attack,
movement.
attack. But now I'm wondering, how is that? How are his shoulders feeling? How is his elbows feeling? How are his wrists doing
Well,
at his age now? After
yeah.
doing that in his prime, a lot in his prime,
Right. Well, I'm sure
taking a hiatus.
I'm sure he has problems, and I'm sure he's got pains and issues and stuff. But, you know, I guarantee he's been doing things to kind of help out his problems. You know, like there's all kinds of shit now besides just steroids. You know what I mean? Besides testosterone, besides all that shit. You know, you got PRP. You got fucking I guess what are they called? When you fucking dude, there's just all kinds of shit. Rogan talks about it all the time. There's so many things that are now for recovery and inflammation and all this other shit that you can take that are actually legal for the fights, but some of them aren't. And, you know, I'm sure Tyson hasn't thought about fighting for a long time except for that Roy Jones fight, and I don't think they drug tested for that because it was an exhibition and it was just such a, you know, it was like body shots only, basically.
Right.
So he was probably just not worried about it. So for this fight,
expect to see like ibuprofen banners and bear banners,
just arthritis shit,
just around the ring, sit from silver for men,
Tux medicated pads.
Exactly. Do you think we're gonna see any of that around the ring?
Preparation H and shit.
I would not be surprised, and I wouldn't be mad if you could in our day and age to see someone. Because Tyson was older than us when he was in his prime.
Right.
If I were watching MMA and I'm like, hey, Mike Tyson, I remember seeing you when I was 15 and you were fucking people up. And now you're 65?
No, he's 57.
Close to 60.
Yeah.
And you're in a fight with this little young whippersnapper.
30 years younger, 27 years old.
And you're fucking him up, or you're moving around like that after 5 minutes? Give me what he's getting.
Yeah, so
I need that
I mean,
for my everyday to day life.
Everyone's been talking about the fact that all the clips you see online are like, you know, 30 seconds to not even a minute, and they're like, okay, yeah, he can look that good at that age for 30 seconds, but what's he gonna do when he's got to fight? They're saying it's going to be 2-minute rounds, so maybe that's to his benefit, you know, because the new rules that came out, I went over this last week, but the new rules that came out were they're wearing 16-ounce gloves, which is far from the normal. It's usually 10 ounce. So that's helping. That's probably going to help both of them because they don't want to see Mike Tyson get knocked out by Jake Paul. But then they're going to help Jake Paul not die when he gets knocked out by Mike Tyson if that happens.
I don't think that's going to help.
Well, so the padding does help. They use 16-ounce gloves in sparring because then you can't punch as fast. You don't get as much velocity behind it and all that shit. Power goes away a little bit.
It's Mike Tyson.
But it is Mike Tyson. So anyway, the other thing was they have to have an EKG and all that, and that's because of Mike Tyson, obviously.
They're going to be wearing EKGs?
No. They have to get one beforehand and pass it in order to fight. But that's more because of Mike Tyson, I'd assume. Plus, that's a normal medical thing. I don't know why they brought that out. And anyway, the other thing was that they're supposed to have 2-minute rounds instead of 3-minute rounds. So, like, 2-minute rounds is what the women fight at. And that's because they think it's going to press the action. And they also think, okay, Mike Tyson might get tired. And so, you know, he hasn't boxed like that in a while. And if he's going to take it serious, they don't want him to get so tired that after like 2 rounds, it's over because he's so tired.
Did none of these people ever watch any single I'm not into boxing like you are.
Yeah.
Have none of these people watched a single Mike Tyson documentary?
So they have.
Do you know how he came up?
That's the thing. They feel like this is beneficial for both parties, from what I've heard, right? They feel like it's beneficial for both parties to have these rules set. And it's still considered an exhibition at the moment. Mike Tyson is pressing, and so is Jake Paul, obviously, pressing for it to be a legit fight. But Mike Tyson says, guess what? It may be labeled an exhibition, but we're gonna be in a fucking fight.
I'm still gonna fuck you up, little man.
I'm still gonna eat your baby.
Like, I watched it was probably a made-for-TV movie. No, actually it wasn't, because it was on ESPN. It was like one of those ESPN hard-hitting documentaries way back in the day.
Like 30 for 30 or some shit.
Yeah, but it showed like old clips of Mike Tyson growing up, doing his training, and Mike Tyson damn near killed people because he grew up with anger issues.
Oh yeah. Well, and he said
you can subside a lot of that, and you could smoke a lot of dope to get past it.
That's what he does.
But okay, I'm gonna put it to y'all this way: if you ever wondered if someone can go Super Saiyan in real life from Dragon Ball, Mike Tyson is gonna be that 50-year-old dude that is gonna get to a point where Jake Paul is going to annoy the shit out of him so much that Mike Tyson is gonna go into that inner child or that inner self.
It's gonna be like somebody killed his
Mike
fucking
Tyson
pigeon, and he's gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna fuck you up now.
Yep.
And he's gonna go Super Saiyan and use that burst for probably 2 rounds and fuck Jake Paul up. And I don't think the 16-ounce gloves is gonna help.
That's what's gonna be interesting about the lead up. Like, is the lead up gonna be crazy because Jake Paul's gonna go in like he does on everybody? And now, if he wants to keep up his persona and and what he's known for, he will. He's gonna go in crazy. He's gonna act like nothing can. He can't be touched. But he says he respects Mike Tyson a lot. Mike Tyson says he respects him. But they both agree they're gonna be in a fight. And that's the way Jake Paul fights, is with his words on YouTube and talking shit. And, look what he did to Floyd Mayweather. Took his fucking hat. So I got your hat. And then he gets his ass whooped by all of his cronies in the background. So
I have a feeling that Jake Paul is the new Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Oh, shit. Hold on a second. Finney's trying to watch a podcast. What is the URL for your site?
Just tell him to just put in Going Rounds Podcast, all one word, in the search of YouTube, and you should be able to find it.
YouTube search.
But you know what? I can send you the link on Messenger, and then you can copy and send it to him. That might be the best way. That way you know what I mean?
Oh, you know what? I sent him an extra. I put goingroundspodcast.com.
Oh, no. Yeah, I never kept up with it like Tommy does with ours. So here, I'll share
that.
I'll share
you should grab a URL.
I have one. I have it. I just haven't kept up with it. So I need to go back in and I need to like get everything working properly, because I know I still have it. There's the link to the actual show right now, in case you want to send that to him. But okay. He might have found it, because it just showed another person watching. But anyway, I do think that Jake Paul's going to try to push the limits, but I think he's going to back off if Mike Tyson starts showing any signs of aggravation during like face-offs and shit. But because Mike Tyson said, I watched an interview the other day, and he said, I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking, and I'm not doing anything else that I normally do. Which he's
smelling salts?
Huh?
What about smelling salt?
I don't know what
does that count?
I don't know, but he's usually on mushrooms. He microdoses mushrooms at all times. Yeah. He talks about it.
Why would you fight Mike?
Well, so that's
Why
what
would
keeps
you do this?
That's what keeps him calm. He says that's what keeps that inner demon inside, because that's why he smokes all the time, and he says he does it for pain.
Is Broly. If any of y'all watch Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, you know who the fuck Broly is. Broly goes OG Super Saiyan Berserker, cannot control his rage. The man just said, I smoke mushrooms to keep my inner rage at check. Most people go to a meeting. They don't drink. They stop smoking weed. They stop doing crank. Mushrooms are the closer to probably acid or LSD.
Well, yeah, it's a psychedelic
than most other things.
Yeah.
And the man is saying that he's not going to be tripping balls anymore, so he can let his inner demon come out.
Yeah.
And you're okay with that. And you're going to say, I'm going to back off.
That's Jake Paul, man. He didn't give a fuck.
My thought process on the 16-ounce gloves, and maybe it's because I don't understand how they work, but I think 16-ounce gloves with the weight, That's more weight that's hitting you in the face.
Yeah,
I
kinda.
understand that it's not going to be as fast,
It's more
but it's still
cushion, but it's more
16.
cushion. That's why they think it's gonna protect a little more, you know. So maybe the fight can go a little longer on one side or the other. But that's the toss up. That's what everybody's talking about. Like, is this to protect Jake Paul or is this to protect Mike Tyson? Because Jake
I
Paul
think
hits hard. I got to give him credit. He hits hard, but I don't. He doesn't. He's nothing compared to Mike Tyson of what we know. So
I don't
you
think
watch Mike Tyson on the pads though, and he looks good. But again, the point has been brought up and said before that those 25, 30 seconds we're seeing could be the only kind of burst of energy he has. Maybe that's one day of training for him. 25, 30 seconds and he's done.
I'm gonna put it down there. Take it if you want. If you're gonna bet on the fight, which you probably will, put $5 on me that Jake Paul is gonna walk out of there like he's Rocky Balboa after Rocky 3, just da, da, just not there. He is not gonna come out right, and if he doesn't come out that way, he's gonna come out with a new perspective. He's gonna be like a choir boy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tyson. I'm sorry for everyone I pissed off. He is the epitome because Jake Paul is the epitome of the dudes walking down the street trying to pull a prank. Like the
Yeah.
dudes are, hey, we got a problem? We got a problem? I got
Right.
a problem. What's 17 times 3? And then they get their ass beat because they're
Yeah.
doing this to OG gangbangers. I think he's going to either come out with that kind of perspective or he's going to come in there touched. His brain is going to be scrambled. And
It's
I'm
all
not
a
going to feel bad.
possibility. It's all a
I'm not
possibility.
going to feel bad.
Yeah.
I would rather watch Holyfield and Mike Tyson fight again.
Well, see, but Holyfield fought Vitor Belfort. Okay, Vitor Belfort is a former UFC champion. Now, don't get me wrong, the motherfucker's on the sauce for sure. Like they called him TRT Tour for a long time because he was on testosterone replacement therapy, which is what TRT is, obviously. But they called him that because he was on like 12 times the amount of a normal person his age. That's how much testosterone he was on. And that's because the UFC allowed it for a little while. So when they finally cut those out, he was like a whole different human. He looked old and he looked shriveled because he did too much testosterone. But he got back on the sauce, I'm sure, and fucking and then he fought Holyfield and he worked Holyfield. It was nasty. Now, this is from a seasoned vet of fighting, right? In combat sports altogether. Now, Jake Paul's, what people are talking about with Jake Paul is that he's actually been training and it's been his day-to-day thing and it's been what he does. Like, that's what he's dedicated his life to right now for the past few years. So they're saying that that's the kind of the advantage he has, but he still doesn't have the fight IQ and the ring, presence that Mike Tyson has.
Yeah,
but we've yet to see what he has in there because that fight against Roy Jones is the only thing we can go off of, and neither one of them looked good in that fight.
You know what? I've never seen Jake Paul slip a punch. I've seen him block punches. I've seen Mike Tyson slip punches. That's something you get
right
with ring
that head movement,
actual boxing experience. I've seen Jake Paul put his arms up. Oh, you didn't get me, but I mean, you're still taking a hit.
He's done a little bit, but not against opponents that know what they're fucking doing, like the way that Mike Tyson don't know what he's doing. So I do see Mike Tyson moving his head and stuff. It's just a matter of cardio. Is he going to be able to hold up? Is he going to be able to withstand the ways of a younger man? You know what I mean? That's doing this and is in shape. I know. No, I know. Believe me, this has been my argument as well. I'm just playing devil's advocate for the sake of.
I was going to give him some tips. I was saying, Mike Tyson, if you're listening, Rocky 3, where he goes to Russia, you need to book a plane to Russia. If you need somebody to ride the horse behind you and help you up the mountain, get that cardio working, I'll do it. I don't speak the language. I'll drink the vodka for you. But that's what it's gonna be, and I feel like, man.
Well, see, I'm curious as to how long ago that was, that Roy Jones Jr. fight. I'm gonna check because I don't remember how long ago that was. I'm gonna say it was at least 3 years ago, if not longer.
Where Mike Tyson fought Roy Jones or
Yeah,
Jake Paul?
Roy Jones.
I didn't even know they fought.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Because that's
I
been
thought that
the
was like way back in the day.
Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones.
90s?
Date. No. This was not that. Like I said, like a few years. November 28th, 2020.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
post-COVID.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
You don't remember that?
I don't remember. Well, no. Wait, you said November for 2020?
November 28th, 2020.
No, I was probably not completely back.
Dude, it wasn't good. Like I'm talking. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain it. It just wasn't great. So, like, I could probably, like, maybe let's see if I can.
Wait, Roy Jones, he was lightweight, right? Or was he featherweight?
I don't remember.
Were him and Cesar Chavez ever in the same class?
I don't know.
Because I remember them both being fairly fast. That's why I'm wondering if they ever fought. That would be a fight.
They did. Roy Jones Jr. versus Julio Cesar Chavez, 2001.
Oh yeah,
that's a video. Oh yeah, 2001.
Yeah, that's one that you need to come back.
No, that's Julio Cesar Gonzalez. What the fuck?
That's his cousin.
Yeah.
Gonzalez, you know how
Villanueva de la Rosa.
That's my cousin, and that's the other one. That's my cousin. That's my play cousin.
Infinity says he was never lightweight.
All right, well, welcome Infinity. Glad you followed us over here.
Yeah, I don't remember what Roy Jones Jr. Weight class.
I am getting thirsty though, so I'm gonna need to crack one of these beverages.
Might as well. You got 2 of them.
Should I do the White Claw or the Smirnoff?
3-division world champ. Infinity says, yeah. He says, it says here he has held multiple world championships in 4 weight classes.
Damn.
Was a PETA? What the fuck?
All right.
Oh,
today's drink
welter middle.
Smirnoff.
Let's see.
Smash.
Middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. This is going from Wikipedia. Just so you know, Infinity. That's where I'm getting that from.
All tiny motherfuckers.
Well, no, heavyweight and light heavyweight and heavyweight. I mean, super middleweight and middleweight. That's not that light. Let's see. Middleweight is. Oh shit! It doesn't say. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't know a ton about boxing. I remember back in the day, watching like I Must Have Missed One was entertaining. That sounds right. Yeah. I mean, this is why I just look it up because I don't know boxing off the top of my head like I do MMA, like UFC stuff. Because yeah, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot, and there's so much history in boxing. With MMA, with the UFC, it goes back to '93. Now that's a long fucking time, 30 years, right? 30 plus years, but.
Why gotta bring a Polish shit like that?
But I mean, it didn't get
crazy.
Because I
literally was about to say that's 15 years ago, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not. I graduated way further than that.
He said welterweight's around 180-ish. Okay. But it doesn't say he was a welterweight. It says middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight.
But, so him and Cesar Chavez would never be in the same.
Probably not. I think Cesar Chavez was a little smaller. But yeah, so I mean, but that's the thing. If you go watch highlights of Roy Jones versus Mike Tyson, it was disappointing. Like I thought for sure we were gonna see some fireworks and shit, but it didn't happen. It was like a glorified sparring match. Like they agreed not to hit each other in the head, so it just kind of sucked. Old school UFC was the shit. Multi-fight night. Oh yeah, multiple fights per night. That shit is crazy. There's only some organizations that still did that, like, in the near past, but nothing like the UFC was back in the day. And that's just because now it's sanctioned. Everything, I mean, it was sanctioned back then, but it's like different sanctioning. Now they have different rules. That kind of shit has gone away, you know, and that's just because everyone's all health conscious and doesn't want to see the CTE thing fucking fucked it all up. But I mean, it's all legit, obviously. CTE's that what we used to call people punch drunk. Featherweight?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, he was really light then. Is that what you said? Featherweight?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. I was saying, yeah, it is true. It's kind of damn you millennials and your damn Gen Zers bringing up fucking medical shit that we know is legitimate that we didn't care about for 50 damn years, and now you're like, oh my god.
But that's the evolution of the medical world, right? I mean, now we know like there's technology. That's not the downside, but that's the extras from technology. They go over into the medical field and listen, they can help you. They can save your life. You know, you might not be here if you had valley fever in fucking 20 years before you actually had it. You might not be here today.
Vegas used to be run by the mob. Now it's low-key Disneyland.
Infinity said, fuck a concussion.
Right, exactly. We've all grew up with concussions.
Knock that head off.
Now we're fine.
It was called getting your bell rung. You know, that's what happened in football. Yeah, it's like, oh, you just got your bell rung. Drink some water, take a seat for 5 minutes, rub some dirt on it, get your ass back out there, pussy.
Have an orange slice.
Have an orange slice.
Have some orange slices and walk it off.
But Mom, I just got hit in the head. My head hurts real bad. I'm puking and shit. Shut up, bitch. Just go out there and play.
Why are you crying? Yeah, my mom was like, well, why you let him do that to you?
Yeah. Why'd you hit your head for? What'd you hit your head for?
It sucks, but it's true. I understand it. There is medical needs and there's medical advances.
But it's kind of like
the age of, damn, it was perfectly fine until we found out it wasn't. Like smoking was always fine.
Right.
Until we found out that it's not. And then people pushed it. And it's like, why are you pushing this shit, man? We were perfectly fine without knowing.
Right.
That's kind of like the 3 body problem that Tom brought up. I don't know if you started watching it.
I still haven't seen it, no.
If you knew something was coming to kill your descendants in 400 years, would you live your life to the fullest now or would you prep?
Yeah. I already told you my thoughts on that. I'm like, 400 years from now, fuck all that. Me and everybody I love right now, their descendants, I don't know what to tell you. But as far as I'm concerned right now, fuck. I mean,
I say it's more like the cancer. If you know you have cancer, are you going to want to get the treatment or live your life to the fullest?
See, that's different, though. You're talking about your own lifetime and your quality of life and all that shit, right? But Infinity's right. Doctors used to smoke in commercials just like they used to tell you to take drink some whiskey for a headache or some shit.
Cocaine.
They used to, cocaine too. But no, it's just one of those things. You can't, if you just continuously think of those things, especially when it's so far removed from you, what changes can we actually make? You know what I'm saying? It's just like the fucking, like, yes, if we all got together and unified in the process of doing these things, that would make a difference. But for you, you're going to be the one motherfucker out there. Listen, we can't even get fucking over 100 viewers organically. So, or 100 subscribers. How are we going to get 1 million motherfuckers plus to listen to us and make a fucking change in something? You know what I mean? So this is why I say 400 years from now, I'm not even a thought anymore. I'm not even in the fucking history books. I ain't done shit. So who the fuck is going to care about what I said? Oh my dad's dad's dad, daddy, dad, that motherfucker said it, so he was right. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody knows who the fuck I am. So mouthwash is meant as a numbing agent, not your chops. Okay?
What?
I was reading. He said mouthwash was meant as a numbing agent, not your chops. Oh, so instead of using it like we do now, it was meant for numbing? Well, it doesn't do that good of a job. They probably fixed it. Organically cost $42.
What is the one? Dimetapp? Dristan? One of those was meant, it's a weight loss pill, was actually made for sinus
Dimetapp?
decongestion. I think it's Dimetapp.
Yeah.
One of them was actually made as a decongestant, and it worked better as a weight loss agent.
Tommy said organically costs $42.
Tom, where you at? Oh, shit. Hold on.
Oh, shit. Old school science. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, that's the thing, and you know, it has fucked the fight game up because everybody's well aware of CTE and all that shit, and then you see the, you know, you see the, like when you watch a dude get his fucking ass handed to him because he's just well past his time that he should have. BJ Penn is a prime example. Kept fighting, gets like Tony Ferguson, 6 losses in a row, getting his ass whooped left and right. Now he's a fucking warrior and he doesn't get like knocked the fuck out all the time. There's only been one real time that he's gotten knocked out that bad. But still, you're like, you hear him talk, you see how he acts. He was always kind of an eccentric, kind of off kilter type dude. But now you see him and you're just like, and you watch him fight and you're just like, dude, it's time for you to go, man. BJ Penn, way too long. He retired and came back and then just too much. And those types of things, you know, they're
Jordan.
from the old school.
Jordan did it. Maybe people are trying to do the Jordan. Didn't
but
Jordan,
dude, Jordan
leave
wasn't getting hit in the head for a living. Not the way these guys are.
He was playing all those games. I mean, I know lanky people, tall, lanky people definitely have more joint issues than us that are just overweight.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean, yes, that's a MXD drinks. Long Island iced tea. Ooh, he's trying some new shit we ain't seen before.
Wait, is he hopping in here?
No, he's just showing us his drink. But
oh, I don't see it.
It's in the chat.
I'll have to go through it.
But yeah, no, it's one of those things where, like, you can't. Maybe football and fighting, yes, because they're taking shots to the head. Basketball, you can get concussed too, but it's not a daily thing. It's not what happens in practice. We ain't talking about practice.
Talking about practice.
But in MMA, you are talking about practice because the wars happen in training. Like these motherfuckers go to war in training. They have fight after fight sometimes, depending on how you train, how you spar. So these fools are going at it before they even get to their real fight. Sometimes their real fight doesn't even give them as much damage as a lot of their training did. And that's part of the culture. And it used to be worse. Like shoot to box training, like that camp, those motherfuckers fought daily. It was like there was no sparring. It was fighting. They were going 100% because they would start at 50. They would start at 30%. One motherfucker hits the other one too hard. And next thing you know, they're in a rivalry and they're trying to see who can knock each other out first. Vanderlei Silva
needs to fight that way.
Yeah, that's just how shit goes. So I mean, it's not that crazy anymore because now everyone's, you know, a little more mindset of being careful, longevity, all, you know, keeping themselves aware of what's happening for their families and shit instead of just saying, "Fuck it, this is what I do. I'm a savage, and let's be about that life."
So what's the news on the whole? This is very much going into a Going Rounds podcast. So I'm gonna ask you all this.
It's all good.
All the things that I told you, stupid questions that would have asked.
That's perfect for this.
What's up with WWE and the UFC now? Are they getting together? Are we going to be seeing some co-events?
Well, so they're under the same banner. They're owned by the same parent company, TKO. So now this one parent company has brought them together, and they're both owned by the same company. So you're not going to see crossovers like WWE guys all of a sudden fighting out of nowhere, even though it's happened before. We had Brock Lesnar, we had CM Punk, but they took it seriously. They actually stopped wrestling and came over and did that. Brock Lesnar was a champion right there, Brock Lesnar. But
we're not going to have WWE fights taking place in the octagon?
No. Oh. I don't see that happening for the simple fact that Dana White, as long as Dana White's in there running the shit, he's not going to let that kind of stuff happen. It's not going to happen. Oh. And because it's a sanctioned, legit sport. You know, people bet on it, stuff. I mean, now people bet on WWE as well, but that's under the guise of it's scripted. You're guessing it's like guessing what the end of a movie is. That's what they're doing. True. So there is lines. There's lines on everything. You can bet on anything, but because it's taken so seriously with, you know, because it's a sport like NFL, just, you know, there's been scandals with betting and stuff like that. So it's never going to get to that. MMA will cross over to WWE in the way of fighters getting in the ring to wrestle, but or wrestlers acting like fighters in the ring, but there's never going to be WWE guys coming over and doing a shoot or a work or whatever they call it in wrestling in an MMA UFC event. It's not going to happen. So people thought that right away and were just like, oh, this is becoming like. But the UFC is always, they've always done business as a mirror of what what's his face, Vince McMahon, the way he ran the business is kind of the way Dana White has always ran the business, because he saw how successful it was and he said, I'm gonna rule with an iron thumb, like, or iron fist, whatever the fuck it is. But that's how Vince McMahon was. So, you know, and now of course Vince McMahon has all the bullshit allegations, and not bullshit, I mean, it seems legit, but he's got all this stuff, so he's out. But either way, the way that he started that company and ran it, and the success it had, that's why Dana White has always kind of mirrored that with the UFC. So it's always been side by side, running in parallel. Now they've just gotten a little closer because of the parent company, TKO, taking over. Endeavor is like, you know, the money holders, and they're the ones putting everything behind it. So, but you're never going to see WWE type shit, and besides the shit talking and antics that happen at, you know, stuff like that. That's going to be the closest you ever see.
I'm cool with that. What's up with the slap ass fights? Is that a legit thing?
Wait, are you talking about
ass slapping?
The ass slapping is a legit thing. I don't know how legit, but I mean, you can definitely find it, and you can. Tommy said,
I know the slap fight is real.
Yeah.
The actual slapping is real,
right?
But I saw the ass slapping. I was like, maybe that was just a promo.
Jada Cargill?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I saw an official pillow fighting one.
Oh, dude. There's all kinds of offshoots of weird shit. Just like the 5-on-5. Have you seen the phone booth, like legit phone booth fighting? There's car jujitsu. I've
seen car jujitsu. I thought that was a bit on the late night show, like singing in cars, karaoke in cars, but
no. Oh, WWE. Okay, that'd be why I don't know. No, there's actually car jiu-jitsu matches
too.
Say what?
You need to pop your drink.
Okay. All right. Which one did you open?
I did the Smirnoff.
Oh, that's what I have too.
Okay, well, crack it open. See, give your judgment on it. I mean, because we were talking about. So, a couple of things we were talking about is one.
I heard that part.
Should we all get the same drink and do a live review all at the same time, have the same beverage on the same show? 2, we need to have two different. Yeah, I know, right? We need to have two different judgment points. We need a first take and at least a halfway through.
So I heard you guys talking about that, and I heard you guys say maybe like halfway through or at the end. Then at the end, I think 2. We would go with, like, if you're drinking a can like this, if you take a sip, okay, it's good, but then it starts to warm up a little bit, and it's like, not so good, and then it really kind of warms up.
You got to take another judgment call once you get to at least
about halfway.
Here's the minimum.
That's perfect.
And then here, I mean, anywhere between here and there, because, yeah, the can starts to warm up, which is really weird.
Yeah. Well,
like, some of these cans warm up faster than the others.
Just so everyone knows, I forgot we're on my podcast right now. We have been trying all these different kinds of drinks. So, you know, it's like seltzers and just fruity type drinks or buzz balls, beatboxes. We've been trying all that shit. One sip, everyone knows the rules. Tommy.
All right, so I'm already. This is 8.5%.
Yeah.
or is that a half?
Yeah, you can't even see right. He's already twisted.
That's an 8. That's an 8.
Yeah.
I had very little for lunch.
So anyway, we've been trying these kinds of drinks for a few weeks now and giving them ratings. I have all the ratings written down. And you know, we just, because I always drink an old fashioned, and I have multiple, as you can see right there. I have a whole thing full of different whiskeys and bourbons, blah, whatever you want to call them. And I usually drink old fashions, and then I started incorporating a twisted tea as well because I like twisted teas. So I'll finish my old fashioned within an hour and a half, you know, and then I'll start drinking my twisted tea within that time too. But these fools started drinking and started buying. Well, Tommy started buying extra shit because Magyx was always drinking. What was it? Red Stag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Red
so he was
Stag
always
and
drinking
Coke.
Red Stag mixed with something.
Red
So
Staggington.
and Tommy was just always trying different shit. So we decided to just start actually doing it as a bit and as a segment of the show throughout the show, just trying new shit. So and this is probably the best one I've had so far. Honestly, besides Twisted Tea, this is pretty good. Because I looked at the size of this can and I was like, I'm not gonna get even through half of this. I guarantee it. But this is good. This is good enough. I'm gonna drink it.
You don't think you'll finish half of it?
No,
I'm
I
already
said
at half.
initially. I said I didn't think I'd even get through half. Because think about it. You know how many of the other drinks I've had that I've taken like 2 sips out of and been like, ugh, fuck that.
Yeah, that's true.
I've wasted a lot of drinks. Alcohol abuse in the worst way.
No, we're over 30, so that's not a thing anymore.
True.
We pay taxes now. So fuck that alcohol. That's regret. That is dealing with the consequence. That is a responsible drinker.
Here's my
something that's disgusting.
Here's my way to keep it cool. I put ice at the bottom of this.
I got nothing.
Because I'm like, well, because I knew we were gonna have to be waiting a bit for Tommy to come in. So I was like, I'm gonna try to keep it cold. So I put some ice on the side where it would fit, but I put ice on the bottom, try to keep it cold. And I was like, hey, there we go. Because they do get warm in these cans. They get warm. And it's a big ass can. I'm not trying to shotgun.
Infinity, I know you have one of these somewhere because you mentioned it several years ago. We need a USB can cooler.
No shit.
Just keep it chilled at our desk.
Yeah, they have the hot ones for like coffee and shit.
I am not going to say I'm lit, but I am unable to function as a fact checker or looker upper of Amazon things. I would greatly appreciate if you chimed in the chat.
That 8% hit quick.
So here's the thing. So a little bit of insight to this. Infinity knows this. Tom probably knows this more. Tom probably didn't pay attention, but anyone who knows me knows I can drink hard alcohol, like mixed drinks all day long and be perfectly fine. If you hand me 2 beers, by the halfway through the second beer, I'm pretty inebriated. I don't know why. But I could literally drink Jack and Cokes, double Jack and Cokes, shots of tequila. I can drink that all day long. And I will get buzzed, but I'm not going to get loopy. 2 beers will make me loopy. And I just realized why this Smirnoff is hitting him is because it's a premium malt beverage.
Yeah, Well, see, my old fashions, they have the way I make them, okay, at home, I do 3 shots of whatever whiskey. He said kidney failure.
What?
I do 3 shots of whiskey, and then I do a shot and a half of liqueur 43, so it's another alcohol. So it's 4.5 shots. And then I do bitters and agave and a little bit of cherry juice. That's what's in this drink.
Yeah, but you also have a big ass ice cube in the middle that's gonna melt down into it.
Well, yeah, when I'm sitting here fucking around, but usually I'm sipping on this shit before that ice cube even gets melted. And to be honest, it's not that big.
That's what she said.
Oh shit.
Oh, what do you mean I used to? No, I've always. Tom knows. Anyone else knows. 2 beers and I'm fucked up. Regular alcohol.
I think you meant that you could drink alcohol like whatever. Sounds tasty. I want to try E's drink. Hell yeah. Hey, so far
speaking of which, that doesn't sound like the drink you just said doesn't sound like a old fashioned. What is that?
So it's okay. So it's my own concoction because at Yard House, I don't know if you ever been to a Yard House, they have an old fashioned. One of their versions of an old fashioned is called an Old 43, and it's made with Woodford, which I have, and then they do citrus agave, but I haven't been able to find that anywhere. I think they make it themselves, and I haven't been able to perfect it, but I haven't tried very hard. But they do citrus agave, Woodford, and then bitters. That's it.
Is it regular orange bitters?
I'm in Arizona,
or like the black
Infinity.
cherry bitters?
I believe they do Angostura bitters and possibly orange as well. I do orange and Angostura. So Angostura is like... It
does sound like a tasty beverage. I have to agree with Infinity.
Yeah,
and it sounds like that would actually, straight up, so honestly, I would have that sitting out on the porch and having a cigar with it. That's.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it was a summer and we got the kids and we're barbecuing, I would take that exact same drink and then
Tucson
dump
Infinity.
some Sprite or Sprite Zero in it, and that would be a mixed drink that I can drink
Oh
long
yeah.
term, like
You
when
know
I'm
what's
actually
good?
thirsty.
What you need to try then for that is you need to try Crown Apple and Sprite. That shit is fucking
I
good.
have.
Have you? Oh, dude.
That's
the
delicious.
drink. Yeah, that's the drink.
That is delicious.
So like we're going to Country Thunder this weekend, and we'll have a lot of Crown Apple and Sprites because they're just refreshing. It's nice. I don't even like Sprite really, but mixed with Crown Apple, damn good. Damn good.
What is another one? Tequila. It is a tequila liqueur. They have a orange and they have a lemon lime. I
Hell
can
yeah.
do shots of Patron. It's Patron lime. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that is just that is one of those drinks that if I had the form or the thing to make the big ice ball,
Yeah.
crystal ball, or that over tequila lime, oh, so good. And then
Infinity says, I
it,
could make the drive sometime for fun. Fuck yeah. Hey, come out. If you like watching fights, come out and do a watch party in studio with me.
Magic
and then
still wish he was 43. You can kiss my whole ass.
That's how I know I'll get along with him because he likes to give you shit.
No. Hide your alcohol, hide your women. Infinity will drink everything. But that does sound like a delicious drink that you made.
I mean, it's good for sitting and sipping. You know what I mean? That's why I drink them on the podcast and stuff, because I know, like, I technically don't need anything else. I could sip on that for the whole podcast, but I finish it quick sometimes. So then I want to, you know, I do winter the watch parties. It depends. I was supposed to do one this weekend, but we're going to Country Thunder.
Invited.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, come on. I had 3 people in the studio.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
I'll let you know, man. Believe me. When you're listening to our podcast, I always announce them and let everybody know. Or just make sure you're subscribed here and, you know, watch my Thursday nights. I let everybody know. As far as I'm concerned, not 300 unless something happens, because my wife hasn't been feeling good. She might not go. So that means I might be here, but if not, we're going to be there. So... But probably 301 pay-per-view. I'll probably do a watch party for that. I don't remember exactly the date on that one, but
I would say
he said
you need to publish your recipe for your drink. But from someone that has also made some drinks and other recipes, don't do it.
Yeah, and like people have told me, why don't you do TikToks of, you know, how you make your drink and shit? Because listen, I haven't had a lot of people complain. Most people like them. If they can stand drinking an old fashioned, they don't mind drinking mine. And my buddy's girlfriend, who like we barely know, she like raves about them all the time. So I feel like they're pretty good. But
I can do an old fashioned, but the way everything that you just mentioned with the black cherry and the other berry flavors is what I would like to see an old fashioned made out of. But everyone is gatekeeping. Sorry, let me back up. Everyone that I went to before, they were the snooty booties. Oh, well, it's not an old fashioned. Then I'm not going to make that much.
Most people,
that is lowbrow. And
most people think it's got to be whiskey or bourbon, which are basically the same thing. So whatever, and bitters. And sugar. Like people do sugar cubes and shit, and I'm just like, I tried that. It didn't taste that good to me. The agave. It's better for you, for one, and for two, I mean, it's a sweetener, but it's not like sugar, like straight sugar. So
see, and maybe it is agave. I want to say there's an agave sugar because I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen people do absinthe with regular sugar cubes, and then there's
yes, I have an XLR.
Racist, but it's a Mexican sugar cube. It's kind of like people that drink regular Coke.
I know what you're talking about.
And then you have Mexican Coke. They're cane sugar.
Yeah.
Makes it taste better. I would love to have those drinks, but again, I am diabetic, so I would need to take some shots beforehand.
No, well, I mean, like I said, I don't use the sugar cubes. I just use agave. I don't put any extra sugar. Like that's what most of them Perfect. We'll make it happen. Yeah. Hey, I have 3 pod mics, like the one I have here. I have 3 people in the studio before. I got stands. We got room. My camera has a bigger lens to show everybody in the room. So I'm set up.
First of all, Infinity needs to quit being a little because you literally just joined my room. You could have hopped in this room, or because so Infinity, since E's here anyway, and this is kind of a technically unsound going rounds. Infinity wants to be a guest on one of our shows.
Oh, okay.
He is. Problem is that he has logistics with timing. Only for the next 2 weeks, I think he's off on Tuesday and Sundays.
Okay.
So he's gonna try and guest on one of those.
Yeah.
So driving all the way down to Tucson, where you could just log in with your own laptop and shit like you did the other night. That's kind of ridiculous. But I mean, go see Big E if you want. I mean, that's fine.
Now, I mean, yeah, and if I would have known they are driving home, I'm going to play the loop music until they arrive and I can go out. Oh, okay. Well, hey, Tommy, just let us know when you are about to get in the room and we will end this and get in there. He's basically saying they're on their way home, so he's going to get everything ready. But yeah, Magyx, fuck. Infinity. Yeah, if I would have known, then I could have set up a link for you right now, but I'm feeling pretty good after these drinks, and I might fuck it up. I already fucked up the beginning of this, but we did this on the fly, so it was like
exactly. See, that's my shit right there. My shit is always about the impromptu. God, I miss the days of just impromptu hopping in the car and just driving to California. But now I'm in California, so it's like, fuck, where to go?
Now you got to hop in the car and drive to Arizona.
Trust me, there's been some days where I'm like, I wish I could, but
You can't hop in the car and drive to Tommy. That's way too far.
No.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I guess I could hop on.
Listen, if you guys were both still in Phoenix, we'd be having in-studio sessions at least once a month. I would definitely go up there. Yeah, I would definitely go up there and do it, but...
Shit, I could set this up at the clubhouse on a random Sunday when no one's there, and we could do this shit.
He said all good, and I couldn't even find you for 30 minutes. That's because you had Magyx trying to fucking navigate you to the wrong place.
Gotta know your wwws and whatnot with the whole .com.
No, yeah, you're thinking of how Tommy runs it. I haven't done all that because it's just one of those things. I got to start doing more, and I got to get it, but it is what it is. My life has happened. So
I did figure something out, and I was going to ask you about this because I know Trin is doing hers. Is Trin still going through her Xbox directly, or has she moved to using her Windows connection with Game Pass and doing it all on the computer?
No, so she streams using her Xbox. I don't know if she actually streams from the Xbox, but she plays on Xbox. She's using OBS.
Okay.
I gave her my Wave mic, the Elgato mic I had, so she's using that mic. And she's doing things
capturing?
Yes, she has a capture card.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the reason why I ask is because I during certain parts of the day where I have nothing to do, I can play from my phone onto my Azorpa monitor.
Okay.
So, and as I was doing that, I was realizing, I was like, wait a minute. If I'm doing this on my phone, I can do this on my laptop, and it's playing, it's doing it from the Xbox, so to speak.
Yeah.
I may be able to start streaming from there, going directly from the laptop without using the capture. But the problem with that is this. If I do that, it's going to take processing power from the laptop.
Yeah.
To do the streaming from the Xbox Live, because
yes,
that's Game Pass.
OBS works on Mac. That's how Tommy runs it. Sorry, I just want to answer his question.
And just stream directly as a source. Use the window as a source versus using a capture card.
Right.
But that would take processing power from the laptop.
Yep.
Whereas if I do it on the Xbox, I'm just using the transfer because I have that EVGA capture card.
Yeah.
It's just,
if you have a capture card, why don't you just use it?
Because it's the logistics of where the seating arrangement is in this tiny little studio.
Get off your ass and make it work.
Dude, I have 2 full-on computer desk offices.
Oh,
I'm
Christo's in the
literally sitting
chat.
in one section here, and right behind these 2
I know
monitors.
you, but hey, at some point in time, you got to get your fucking shit together, bro. But hold on, Christo's in the chat. He says new Braves hat. Yes, new Braves hat. I went to Culture. What the fuck
Wait,
is
is
it
it
called?
green?
Culture Kings. It is green. Yeah, green
Okay,
here. Got
that's what I
the
thought.
green highlight. But yeah, I went to Culture Kings over at Caesar's Palace, and if you buy 3 hats, they give you a hat holder, which is a pretty dope hat holder. So yeah, I bought 3 new hats. You'll be seeing them coming up on the podcast on Thursday when I do that one, and then probably on Sunday when I do that one. By then you'll have seen all 3. But I bought 3
I
brand
got
new
2
hats.
hats.
Pretty dope.
Give me 1 second. I got 2 hats.
Oh shit.
Hold on, I want to show them to you because they're
Yeah,
dope.
well, because the Braves hats, man, I'll just keep talking to them if you want to go do your thing. But yeah,
All right, right back.
they have a shitload of Braves hats. They got walls of hats. Actually, I think I posted that picture last time I went to Vegas, but this time because Trin was with us, and she actually, I'm sure you saw it, Cremo, but she did the whole sharpshooter challenge. She was 1 shot away from winning, which sucks. She had to make 5 free throws in a row. And yeah, she did really well, but you know, because I bought a bunch of shit. Well, actually, we actually bought her a Dennis Rodman jersey, which is pretty fucking tight. I thought that was dope, and she was happy as hell to get it too. The Jordan one was like triple the price, of course, so she was cool with the Rodman jersey, and it's legit, like patches sewed in, everything. It was dope. But yeah, Magic's forehead has a forehead. God damn. Magic's getting clowned on. But yeah, they had a ton of Braves hats. They did have a few Colts hats, but I was more like, I mean, the ones I got were pretty dope. I had a choice, but there was like 5 of them I wanted to get, but I stuck with the 3. So I mean, I spent enough. And then I got the hat holder, which is dope because I have a hat holder already. It's like a form fitted kind of. My other one holds like 6 or 7 hats. This one holds 3, and it's got the Culture Kings logo on it, which is dope. But yeah, I like them all. Oh shit, the Arizona, he still got stickers on it and shit. Did you fucking mute yourself or what? I saw your mouth moving.
Yes, I did
Oh,
mute
okay.
myself right there. So here's my shout out to Aztec.
He put the hat on and starts talking like a hillbilly and shit. That's right, I did that right there and there.
So this is my RPM hat. I'm gonna get 2 more RPM hats. Shout out to Tony G if he's watching. That's all mine.
Oh, that one's dope too. Because it don't fit. He was talking about your forehead being a 6 head.
Look, Finny ain't got no room to talk with his peanut head having ass. No, I have all my old gear basically. I was thinking about this, and this is kind of one of those things where, you know.
Wait, hold on. Before you go too far, what's RPM?
Revolution Phoenix motorcyclist.
Oh, got you.
My
okay.
club.
My bad.
I mean, that's not an official club hat. Well, actually, it is. They did.
But it's dope, though. I like it.
Appreciate that. It reminds me of that State 43.
Yeah.
I like their logo. But I just realized all my gear from my club is like 20 years old now. Like, I keep thinking shit's only like 10 years ago. And I'm like, so
you got that old guy brain.
And especially this week, because this is literally the 20-year anniversary. It's actually a week past the 20-year anniversary of my crash. Because I crashed on April 1st of 2004.
Wait, do you know what size of fitted hat you wear?
I want to say 7 something.
Well, most people are 7 something.
I don't know the exact.
I wear 7 and 5/8. That's big to a lot of people, but
I think that's around where I'm at. Honestly, with me, it depends on if I have hair going or not.
Right.
But it's up there. It's beyond 7.5, I believe. So, anyway, I just realized that it's 20 years passed. It's the 20-year anniversary of my accident.
Something. Sorry.
I'm not helping you do shit anymore, Infinity. You can kiss my whole ass.
With your 17-inch or 17 size wearing head. Oh fuck. That was hilarious.
I'm gonna get some other hats. I realize that all my hats that I have are old. I do still want to find the OG U of A hat. That's either black on black or it's a navy blue. It's that dark navy U of A blue.
Right.
With a simple basic U of A logo on the front. It used to be their official baseball hat. I'm not too big on the whole fancy brims and all that other shit and all the stuff on the side. I'm kind of very basic with it.
You asked for it, Senor Noggin.
All right, peanut head.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was actually gonna shave my head or cut my hair tonight before the show, but
see, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Showed up.
I was supposed to shave my head. Like this is like that's like how much hair I don't want to have. I usually have
yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's like when it starts getting to be a puff, I'm like, okay, that's enough.
When I can feel, I don't know if I have it. I have one of those old barber combs, like the real thin teeth ones. If I can roll,
but you don't have a pick?
That, and no, not a pick. But if I can run that through and it stays, it's time to cut the hair.
Yeah,
like, it's got to go.
Right. No,
and a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's not that much. It's not that bad." You don't understand. If you go from damn near bald, and you have this little amount of hair, that is a lot of hair. If you normally have no hair.
Yeah, that's the way it is for me too. Big E, you see the Big League Chew hat? Oh, dude, I did see that shit today. Those were fucking dope. All of them. I saw like 4 different ones. They were all sick. There was a blue one that had like pink or some shit on it too. That one was dope. And then the white one was badass too. Magyx keeps weed in the roll. What? Weed in the roll on the back of his neck.
Motherfucker, you do realize I still have a video of you with your hair shit, right? The internet never dies.
Oh shit.
This is why we can't have him on the show.
Hey man, I was thinking the same thing. When I brought my friends on, I'm like, ah, shit, I'm gonna have to deal with all the motherfuckers talking shit.
So, I'm trying to see if we'll try and get you on. Our next show is on Sunday. Sunday. You should definitely have your rig set up and ready to go. And I'll send you the link to Tom's window.
He said, "Fuck's given 0."
That's my whole thing, and that's the hat that I'm trying to design right now. I'm a 0 fucks given hat.
Yeah.
So, because I wanted to do the FAFO, but somebody's already done it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I still like it. But the 0 fucks given, that's my handle on my Call of Duty since Activision decided to fuck me over and give away my account. Oh, bitches.
Damn. So I wonder how long Tommy's gonna want to go since he's still.
Tom is not gonna come on. So
he started. Oh Jesus! He started the stream.
Is he in his room? Here, I could tell because
no,
I
he's
saw
not,
the window open.
He's not there yet, but he started the stream. Oh, he is in there. Oh, he is in there. What the fuck? Tommy,
I don't see him.
If you're ready,
oh yeah, there he is. Yep, I see him.
If you're ready, we'll bounce out of here, man, and we'll jump in. Just let us know.
Hold on, Tom, are you ready? Give a thumbs up in your window.
Yeah, because you're muted. We can't.
Why you look like you got a sidekick on his table?
It really does. No, it looks like a BlackBerry.
Oh yeah, true. I had a BlackBerry. BlackBerry, dope.
Oh, he's watching us. That's I can see the background.
Huh?
Yeah, I can see the background. The top or the bottom of the phone is actually the top of his phone, and it's us with the background. I can see it moving. Man, your eyes are fucked. He said, I can work on Sunday, but can log in early Tuesday, get everything right.
Well, the next day we're going on is Sunday, because today is Tuesday.
Right. I was hearing double. I didn't know why. But
oh, I am muting myself from Tom's chat. I'll mute myself again.
I think he's probably just setting up, getting ready. Yeah, so anybody listening right now, hop on over in a few. When I'll let you know when, but go over to Technically UnSound.
Oh shit! I just realized something.
What?
I have two different windows. My bad. No, I just realized something. When I opened Tom's window, one, I'm zoomed out, and two, the color screen. Look at your image on your screen versus yours on Tom's. So I'm looking at the Ninja window for you, and you're crisp and clear in your own, but on Tom's you're blurred. And so am
I. It's probably just because I have us both in the window. I don't know. I don't know. It looks fine on mine. I'm actually. Yeah. I was already in it. I was already looking at it. I told you before I can hop in on Tuesday. Okay, so then let's just have Infinity on next Tuesday.
All right, bring your ass.
Magic's age catching up. That's that alcohol too. He got that 8%
like
in him.
I said, 20 years.
8%, not 8 inches.
That's 20 years since I crashed. Maybe that's why my knees and my shoulders been hurting. What up, Tom?
There he is. Are we ready, all Tommy? Right.
Give us a thumbs up if you're ready, Tom.
That was a negative. I don't want to hear your ass.
Tom, give us a thumbs up if you're ready. Tom, give us a thumbs up if you're ready.
Okay.
All right, cool. He's ready.
All right, guys.
We'll hop over.
So we are going to hop over to the Technically UnSound podcast YouTube channel. Go check it out. We're going live right now. DJ Tommy's in the mix. Infinity, jump on over to Technically UnSound and we will give you what we need. Tommy, we can't hear you right now because we're still muted. I'm ending this shit right now. We out. Peace. Thanks for joining into the pop-up Going Around podcast. Tune back in on Thursday. We out. Later.
Peace.